In 308 BC, on the island of Rhodes, there was peace and flourishing. Trade in the east was growing, and the Mediterranean island was situated in the perfect spot to profit from this. The people of Rhodes maintained their independence despite the conquest of Alexander the Great, up to 323 BC. After Alexander the Great's death, Antigonus, the king of Macedonia, who ruled from 227 to 239 BC, took power and gained control of a large part of Alexander's vast army. Antigonus requested that the Rhodians join him in fighting a mutual army. Ptolemy, the king of Egypt. The Rhodians refused, and this led to the famous siege of Rhodes in 305 BC, led by Demetrius Poliorcetes, the son of Antigonus, also known as the Besieger. This was a fight between the few and the many, with the odds in favor of Antigonus's vast army and artillery. The account of Diodorus the Sicilian states that at length the Rhodians, after a brave resistance, beat off the assailants, killing some and taking other prisoners that were wounded, amongst whom were some of the chief commanders. Despite all odds, the Rhodians, greatly outnumbered, won the battle with their wit and bravery. The Rhodians, in celebration of their victory, built a statue to their patron deity, Helios, the sun god. They sold the abandoned artillery from the battle to buy the materials for the construction of an enormous statue, now known as the Colossus of Rhodes. Correz of Lindos, a follower of the sculptor Lysippos, sculpted the statue and facilitated the construction from cast bronze, hollow in the middle to reduce its weight. He constructed the statue to stand 70 cubits high and about 110 feet, or the height of the Statue of Liberty. It took 12 years to build and sculpt. At its time, the Colossus of Rhodes was the tallest statue in the world. According to the Roman writer Pliny the Elder, over 100 colossal statues stood in Rhodes at the time, but the Colossus of Rhodes was the most impressive. Many assume that the statue had a bronze outer shell, with inner pieces made of iron. Few could embrace its thumbs. The fingers were larger than most statues. The hollows within the broken limbs resembled caves, and inside of it were probably huge stones, which had been inserted to make it stand firm. In total, the Colossus of Rhodes cost 300 talents, which is equivalent to $1.5 million today. Unfortunately, this ancient wonder of the world didn't stand for long. In 226 BC, an earthquake sent the statue toppling down. Due to the bad omen from an oracle, the statue was never reconstructed and lay in ruin for many years, until the pieces were likely sold by merchants and transported to surrounding countries. There are no primary sources that depict the actual stance of the statue of the Colossus, apart from writings that indicate it was modeled after the deity of the sun, Helios. From depictions of Helios on the Hellenistic silver coins of Rhodes, the statue had a crown of pointed sunbeams. Others believe the statue could have been holding a torch. Historians have long debated where the statue originally stood. Images of the Colossus made in later centuries often depict it as a man with legs spread across the narrow mouth of one of Rhodes' 5 harbors on the shore of the Aegean, allowing ships to pass underneath it. This theory has been refuted because bronze is not structurally sound enough to withstand the weight of the statue. There is also no evidence of any ruins near the harbors of Rhodes. Others say that the statue stood on the hill of Monte Smith, the location of Rhodes' city center, where Greeks typically situated their statues of deities. There is no archaeological evidence of this theory either. Although there are many unknowns about how the Colossus of Rhodes was constructed and how it looked, its form of assembly and enormous size are what makes it truly astounding. Not only was it impressive in stature, it was also a symbol of unity and victory for the people of Rhodes. Contemporary historian P. Jordan states that the sun god Colossus of Rhodes was pure Hellenism in its flashiness, its gigantism, its ambition, its advertisement of commercial success, and even though it was ostensibly a religious monument in its aggrandizement of a particular human form, it was a pure reflection, Hellenistic art and culture. While the Colossus of Rhodes may never be as well known as the pyramids of Giza, It definitely earned its title as being one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world.